Hi folks, you're with Tacitus Today, your pushback channel, and thank you for joining this audio, radio, no pictures live stream. Please listen to this presentation as you're driving on your car or your truck, or put in those earbuds and listen while you're on public transport. In this essay, I'd like to talk about, generally about any online advertising, but a former work colleague is, got divorced recently, so he hit the online dating scene, and he actually told me what happened. I can't remember. It was like a Tinder or something like that. So he goes on there, and he was quite, there'd been quite a long downhill sort of stretch in the marriage, and so he was pretty keen to, get active and horizontal as much as he could to make up for, or as he perceived it, lost time. But anyway, he went out and he picked, so he explains, something like 20 odd profiles of what he thought were women that he found or thought were attractive that were listed on this thing. And it turns out every single one of them was a fake profile. Every single one was fake. This is in his understanding. They were coming back and saying, "Oh no, I'm not registered. I forgot that I'd left the advert up," or this sort of thing. And "Oh no, I got married," or and so on and so on. But every single one. So you look at that balance of probability. That what are the chances that out of the 20 odd plus that he figures that every single one of them is unavailable, and they all take their profiles down and this sort of stuff. So he's convinced, and I tend to agree with him, by the way. Nor is this the first time. I've heard this from pretty much everybody, men in particular, not so much women, but men in particular, pointing out that although when they reach out to the profiles they're interested in, that none of them are there, so he goes on to, he pretty much gives up on that, then goes on, you find some other website that handles, or supposedly handles, casual sex. So this is no pretense at romance or something that might lead to marriage or anything. No, this is straight out, straight fuck, and apparently it makes no bones about it, no pun intended. And so but he finds the same thing, the hot babes that he's pitching. He's late 40s, I guess. So he's pitching at sort of the 35 to 45 age range. He's not wearing that well, so I think 35 is probably a little on the ambitious side for him. Nonetheless, there's plenty of people, so he claims, and women in that range. So he finds again that the profiles are fake. Now, the uglier, sort of the less attractive the women get, the more likely that they'll be real. So he's got this view that anything over 6 out of 10 is probably a fake. Anything under 6 out of 10 is probably genuine. So he's devised this sort of. Now I don't know. If that's again, I've heard this from other guys, so I don't think that it's just he's particularly encountered this. It seems to be widespread. Now, the same could be said for things like real estate for rent, real estate advertising. I think I've mentioned I've helped assisted friends and relatives in things like finding a place to rent, and found that there's a lot of stuff that's advertised that doesn't exist, or it was rented or leased weeks if not months ago, but because it's bringing in a lot of inquiry, they're using it to, we didn't have time to take it down, we just forgot. So there's a lot of fake adverts there, a lot of things like fake adverts in anything for sale on the internet. Is got a decent chance of being a fake. Motor vehicles. I was helping a relative's friend, a relative's son, buy a car, and it was the same there. The amount of cars that were fakes, that didn't exist, that weren't there. As soon as you said you want to come around and see it, suddenly they said, "Oh, I just sold it 5 minutes ago," and all that sort of thing. Clearly a fake advert. And the list goes on with fakes. Even jobs, employment on job boards. The same sort of thing. A lot of organisations advertising jobs, even though an internal candidate already has it, or advertising jobs because they might need someone in the future, or advertising jobs because and as one CEO was telling me, well, why are you advertising a job if you don't want to hire anybody? I'm sitting there talking to him. He said, "Oh, well, just so we can see what's out there." But why would you say there's a job when there isn't? I mean, why would you tell me? If you go, like, you see an advert at a grocery store that cornflakes are on special for, I don't know, 10 cents a packet or something. You go into the store and they go, what are you talking about? Nah. We just decided not to do it. Or no, oh no, it's a mistake. Is it? It's on special. Was it? Who cares? Then you could sue them. You could sue the crap out of them, and the government departments would go chasing after them for it. But this sort of advertising, the rampant, widespread, fake profiles, products for sale that don't exist, rental properties that don't, and all this sort of stuff, this seems to be eminently acceptable. And there's no government department that seems who wants to sort of go after it and prosecute it. Yet if someone uses the wrong pronoun online, then there's vast government agencies of all flavors and descriptions go chasing after that one. But this sort of thing, it's not. I would think this sort of area needs regulating. If there's whether it be a place to rent, or a job, or something for sale online, or a profile on the dating, it should be real. The idea of customer engagement involves mass scale deception is something that just seems to just be how things are today. A bit like how the mainstream media tells us lies endlessly. It just seems to be this is the moral standard that we're in at the moment, and it's pretty scary, actually, and it shows how far I think we've gone down the slippery slope. You've been a Tassos today, your Pushback channel. Thank you for listening.